Good Friday, good people. Welcome to our Friday Village Gathering. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am so happy to welcome you here today. It's Friday. That means it is time for your Friday weekly wrap-up, where we will do one card for the collective and individual cards for those who request to take a look at the week that was. How did it go? What did you do? What did you learn? How do you go forward? And if you were here on Monday and you remember the cards you received on Monday, let me know when you make your request, because it's fun to compare those two cards, your Monday card and your Friday card. So good to see all of you wherever you're coming in from. Let's hop on over to CardCam, where you can see Audrey. I'm sorry, I'm really speaking to all of you, but Audrey told me that she keeps a journal of the decks that I use on these streams. And so when I use one that I haven't used in a long time, what's going on in my head is, has Audrey seen this one? Does she have it? Does she like it? Inquiring minds want to know. So what am I using? This is the Tarot Illuminati. Oh, Audrey says, I'm intrigued by the backs. Yes, you'll let me know what you think of it. All right. So, and Audrey, thank you for being the first person that I see to remind me what the collective cards are from Monday. True story. I'm looking through the comments and I'm like, should I go on YouTube and check it? Or is someone going to tell me? And there's Audrey telling me our collective cards were, we started with the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed. And Audrey reminds us that that the interpretation I gave was that we should discern where we're putting our energies. So let's do a card to follow up that. How do we end the week as a collective? And of course, with all collective readings and with your experience while you're listening to other people's readings, the deck is very stiff. Let's shuffle it differently. Let's shuffle it this way. While you're listening to all of these readings before we get to yours, and while you're listening to the collective reading, please take whatever hits your heart as truth, take it as a reading. That's the magic of coming together as a group for these readings. Okay, so we started with Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups. And we end with the Six of Wands. So I think this is really a sign that we did a good job in that discernment. That with what we had to do this past week, we did a good job. How are you feeling individually? Do you feel like a winner? Do you feel like you did a good job this week? Let me know. And Audrey wants to know who's the author of this deck. It's Kim Huggins and Eric C. Dunn. All right. It looks brand new. Trey, you know me way too well. Trey says, by the condition of the gold on the deck, I feel you don't use this deck much. So true. I've used it in videos and in photographs because it photographs really well. But no, I don't use this deck for readings. Why? I don't know. I might change my mind about that today. Let's find out. All right, so let's get to, and honestly, it came to me from someone who had bought it and didn't like it. So the first owner didn't like it, gave it to me. Jury's out for me. I don't know. Audrey reminds me of the conversation on Sunday about the decks we don't use, right? Indeed. So I want to start over on Twitch today. Sprite PNG, so good to see you. Soulfire Angel, glad you're here. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you would like cards to end your week and go ahead and do that for you. So, Sprite PNG, we're going to start with you. And Sprite says, yes, I do want a card. Okay, here we go. Soulfire Angel, you're up next. So if you didn't want a card, definitely let me know that too. Okay, Sprite PNG over on Twitch. Ending your week with the Three of Wands reversed, my friend. I feel like you're not feeling successful as you end this week. Maybe you didn't get things done that you wanted to get done. Maybe things didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Maybe you're just feeling meh. Maybe you're not sure what you have to do to feel more successful. But I feel like the lesson here, Sprite, is and Sprite says, oh yes, exactly. So the lesson here is to give yourself the win as much as you can, but also use this time to evaluate, what can I do differently for better outcomes? I think both of those things. And for Soulfire Angel, right? That's who I'm reading for next. Yeah. Yeah, Soulfire Angel. So Soulfire Angel on Twitch, you get the Five of Wands. That's such a pretty card. For you, this week may have had some conflict. Oh, good to see you, Soulfire Angel. You're still here and you do want a card. Yay. Okay. So, Five of Wands, Soulfire Angel. Could be some conflict. Could be some things you're not sure about. Could be some difficulty with other people this week. However, this is all on the way to creating what you're trying to create. So be open to creative conflict if it's going to bring you to where you want to go. There we are. All right. So Magic with Hamza, I see you over on Insta. You'll be up next, but I do want to have this quick tarot conversation because no matter what the mission is, and our mission today, of course, is cards to tie up the week, but no matter what, I will always derail it for a conversation about tarot. So here we go. GM Marcus, my good friend, thanks for being a member. Do you need to be psychically gifted to be truly good at interpreting the cards? Or is it a skill anyone can develop to a high level if they just put in the time and effort? I definitely have an answer for that. Trey has come in also with an answer, and I'd love to hear other people's opinions as well. Trey says, some are born with a greater aptitude or talent, but I believe it can be learned with enough practice. That's just my opinion. Trey, it's my opinion too. I do think that there's a certain level of talent that a person can have. I liken it to music. You can love music, study music, really want to be a great musician, and if you practice enough, you can be passable. But if you don't have, that inner talent, it's going to be harder for you. Now, with tarot, however, like with music, I don't think the talent is ever really going to come, like you're born with it. With tarot, I have experienced in myself and in others that even if you don't identify as psychic or you don't see yourself as terribly intuitive, if you have good pattern recognition, if you have good memorization skills, if you have good imagination, and you're willing to put the time and energy into it, not only do I think you'll get good at it, I think your psychic ability and your intuition will develop. Because unlike music, and I think we all have the ability to appreciate music, but unlike music, like I think that's a finite thing, either you have it or you don't. The psychic, I think it will develop, and I think tarot will cause it to develop. So you want to be more psychic? Learn tarot. Seriously, that's how I see it. And Mick Shuir agrees with Trey. I agree with Trey. Anyone else want to ring in on that topic? Please do, as we continue on, going on over to Insta. Magic with Hamza. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. 7 of Wands on Monday. What do I take away from this week? So you started with the 7 of Wands. And now the Prince of Swords. I can make up a nice little story here about your week, but I think it's kind of a story for your whole life in some ways. Because you are willing to stand up and be strong and do what you need to do, even when it's difficult. The way opens for you. And as the way opens for you, there is more opportunity, there is more ability. And that opportunity and ability specifically is for you to use your voice and use your truth to help others, and by doing that, to help yourself. Let me know what you think. That was a good story, I think. Okay. Over to YouTube we go. Trey Cameron, thanks for being a member. You're up first. 3 of Swords reversed on Monday. There. We're getting a good shuffle worked in, but as soon as I get the shuffle going, I'm going to lose that. I'm going to lose the guilt. That's the problem. And I have, play on words. I have guilt about messing up my guilt, but I do it anyway. All right, here we go. Trey, 3 of Swords reversed on Monday, and now the 4 of Cups. So I'm going to I brought a device into the studio that I shouldn't have because it's making so much noise. I'm throwing it to the other side of the room. Apologies. All right, Trey, 4 of Cups. Following the 3 of Swords reversed. I think you really are on a positive path. I think you really are on a healing path. But I think this week it may have been hard to keep your mood high. It may have been hard to stay optimistic. And, I think you're a person who likes to dig into the minutia of things, which is great. But sometimes as we unravel things, I have this theory that sometimes as we unravel things, it all turns to crap. And I think that can happen. So just, try to keep your mood good going forward. That's the bottom line as I see it. All right. Who is up next? It is Smile Soul 20. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. All right. Okay, Smile Soul 20. Ouch, 10 of Swords. Did you have a hard week, Smile Soul 20? Sending you lots of love for whatever this is about. I feel like you could be up in your head. I feel like you could have gotten some news that you didn't like. I feel like something might not have gone your way. The great thing about the 10 of Swords, and I'll always credit the great Mary Ellen Collins for this. I think of her as the late, great Mary Ellen Collins, and she's still living. She just left South Florida, and I miss her so much. But she's alive and well and living in Oklahoma. So or Missouri or something like that. So anyway, what Mary Ellen says about this card is, stick a fork in me, I'm done. And so Smile Soul 20, I think this week you need to think about what you're just so over. And if you're so over it, can you do it differently, or can you change your attitude about it? That's the trick. Good luck. Oh, RKFBE, love Mary Ellen. I know what's not to love. She is the best, and I miss her so freaking much. And it's not like we got together that often, but I think I liked knowing that I could, right? All right. Over on Instagram, Spunky Funky Me, so good to see you. It's been a while. Here's a card to sum up your week. Oh, there's the Ten of Swords again. You saw me shuffle, or at least you heard me shuffle. But Ten of Swords reversed. So I feel like it might not have been the easiest week, but I think it probably went better than you thought it might, or went better than it could have gone. This is your sign to recognize that even difficult things right now are likely to have okay resolutions. And RKFBE, you're here. Haven't requested it, but I'm betting you want a card. Oh, yes, you did request it. I see your request. There you go. I was going to give it to you anyway, because here you are. All right. What's my message today? RKFBE over on Insta. Seven of Swords reversed. So whatever happened this week, this is the message you need to hear. This is the message you need to hear. RKFBE, your message is you're in your integrity. Like you're doing the right things, you're in your integrity. If you're questioning that, you don't need to. If other people are questioning that, they need to sit down and shut up because you're okay. You're fine. That's what you need to know. All right. So Audrey says, I'm feeling dark, painful energy from this deck so far. Is the fact that we got the Ten of Swords twice contributing to that? It is. I mean, there's a lot going on here for sure. I agree. All right. And Horse-Drawn Portrait over on Twitch. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Horse-Drawn Portrait. And you're like, rock me. Okay, I'll do it. I'll rock you with the Nine of Cups. Not a bad thing at all. Who wouldn't want this card? Horse-Drawn Portrait, I have to believe that you had a good week, or at least a good week, or at least a week with good outcomes, recognizing those two things could be different. One way or the other, this is the card of fulfillment and wishes fulfilled and general positivity. So whether or not you felt that this week, that is the energy that you've been generating, so you might as well ride with it. All righty. Here we go. Candy B, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Candy B, Blessed Friday to you. We're going to do you and Marlin. We have the Hermit reversed for you, Candy B, and now the Emperor reversed. So two major arcana cards reversed. That says to me that you are doing some deep thinking, but you're not really liking the answers that you're coming up with. I think the important thing this week is you're thinking outside the box and you're asking important questions. And that's good. That's important. Marlin had the 10 of Swords and now the Prince of Wands. So I think Marlin did a very good job transmuting some difficult energy. And I think he is able right now to move forward with his motivation and with the things that matter most to him. And I think you're doing that this week, Marlon. So that's great. On FB, Facebook, Donna, you're a member over on YouTube, but you're coming in on Facebook today. That is the power of multi-stream. Donna, thanks so much for being here. This is Donna DiStefano, wrapping up your week with the Hanged Man. I think this week you really got a lesson in what you can control and what you can't control, and how to stay spiritually aligned. You have to just have your perspective and hang on to your perspective and not fight what you have no ability to win, and to just allow enlightenment from a place of limitation. And there it is. Hey, Group Tarot, is that you, Kate Mira? I think it is. Good to see you. Okay. And over on Instagram, we have DePonte. Monday was the Five of Wands reversed, and now the Sun. So you are really finding a way to bring your energy to the light and bring light to yourself and others. And that's a beautiful thing. You did a good job this week. Jojo G, good to see you. Let's do a card for you. Three of Swords. Not an easy week. Definitely some things going on that are difficult. Obviously, you know the message is about healing. And that's kind of what it always is. So that's what we lean into. Anka, who is Anna K. So good to see you. Wrap up cards, such a blah week. Sorry. But look, Nine of Wands. I mean, you're strong. You're taking care of what you need to take care of. I can see how you would describe this as blah because it's not fun. You have to take care of stuff. You have to be vigilant. Has to be vigilant. So you did what you needed to do. That's the important thing, Anna. You did what you needed to do. Was it fun? No. But it was necessary, and you did it so you could pat yourself on the back, get yourself a juice box and a cookie, and wait for things to get better. Audrey, here's a question. I'm asking myself a question. If a person you're reading for gets negative energy from the deck in general, does it affect the way they hear your reading? Absolutely. We talked about this in that on Sunday. We talked about this where I talked about the decks I've pulled, even though they're decks I love because the clients reacted to them. So yeah, I think it does matter. Absolutely, yes. All right. Okay, where am I now? Okay. Melissa Grosso, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. You started with the Four of Cups reversed and now the Seven of Wands. And Four of Cups reversed and Seven of Wands have a very similar energy to me because the Four of Cups reversed is making the best of a difficult situation. Seven of Wands is clearly in a difficult situation, but is mastering the heck out of it. And you are a furloughed federal worker. What could describe your week better than that? You are doing what you need to do in this time for yourself. And it is not easy, but you're doing it and you're doing it delightfully. No notes. Okay. Renji, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, we're going to do you and your hubby. Okay, so Monday, you had the Sun, and now the Seven of Pentacles. So at least you were happy while working hard. Seriously, with the Sun, there's a lot about happiness and letting the light shine on you and letting yourself be seen. With the Seven of Pentacles, there's a lot of hard work. If you did both of those things this week, I think you won. And for your husband, Ferdinand, he had the Wheel of Fortune reversed and now the Two of Wands. So the great thing is, even when things aren't going your way, being able to see that in the long run, we're doing the right things, we're planting the right seeds for the right results in the long run and hanging on to that. I think that's what Ferdinand did this week, and that is also a really good thing. Hippie Pippy, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you, Pamela, and Pamela's daughter. Your Monday card was Judgment. Okay, here we go. For you, you started with Judgment, and now the Three of Cups. I think you're putting the past in the past and celebrating the present and the future you're creating. What could be better than that? Nothing I could think of. Okay. And for Pamela, and Pamela is a member here as well, so appreciated. Three of Swords. There may be some things going on that are difficult this week. I am sure that you are using your skills and your tools for healing and solving problems. And for Pamela's daughter. 9 of Wands. This is the second time we've seen this card. I think at this point you are doing everything you need to do, and it's feeling heavy and it's feeling hard. It may be feeling heavier and harder than it needs to, but you are being vigilant looking for what you need, and that's a good thing. Audrey, it's your turn. Thank you for being a member. Knight of Swords on Monday. Princess of Cups or Page of Cups now. So 2 court cards. So the people around you, of course, are super important here. But it's also about the pieces of yourself. With the Knight of Swords, you're smart. You do the right thing. With the Page of Cups, you're kind and loving. It reminds me of the Super Kitties. I'm sorry, I have 3-year-olds. We watch Super Kitties who are brave, kind, smart, and strong. And I think you're all those things too, Audrey, as evidenced by the cards you got this week. Did I just do that? I think I did that. Yes. Okay. Sorry, grandmother brain. Christina R., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to do you, your mom, and your sister. All right. Starting with you. Okay. Monday, you had the 10 of Cups, Christina R., and now the 5 of Wands. There's an up and a down there, but you are definitely on your way to create what you need to create in life. Is it hard? Yes. Will you do it successfully? Also, yes. For Karen, Karen had the High Priestess. Gotta love that. And now the Queen of Swords. So Karen, I think you're really trying to nurture the things you need to nurture in your life. And that is what is most important right this minute. And Kim got the 8 of Cups reversed on Monday. And there's that 5 of Wands as well. And now if 2 people in the family got this same card, it makes me wonder if there was any kind of larger family concern. But Kim, there's a lot of conflict here. And there's conflict in trying to create what you want. Keep your eye on what you want and figure out your angles. That's the key going forward. All right, Revival of Venus. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. You received the Queen of Pentacles reversed on Monday. Are you here, Venus? Because my question about you is, I know you've been looking for a job. Have you found your job? Okay, Revival of Venus. Here's the card for you. Ace of Swords reversed. I feel like things are not going exactly the way you would like them to. And there really is a sense of, how do I want to say this? There is a sense of not being sure what to do or where to turn or what to say or where to go. Remember that you're smart. Remember that you're capable. Remember that you've got this. You are okay and you will be okay. Without question. Without question. Okay. Oh, it is you. Group Tarot. It is Kate Muir. Good to see you. You're in the UK and you are in the queue. So glad you're here. Okay. Up next, we have Joanne Ellis. So good to see you. Wrapping you up with the King of Wands reversed. So I feel like this week you have not been in your full energy. Maybe you're not feeling your best. Maybe things are not going the way you want this week. Let's all send you some love and do what you have to do to nurture yourself of body, mind, and spirit going forward. Oh, Penny. Penny, for your thoughts. What time are you on tomorrow? 12:30 Eastern Time tomorrow. You may have noticed I have missed your Saturday Psychic Sampler for the past 2 weeks because I was teaching at the library 2 weeks in a row. Unusual, but it happened. I'll be back tomorrow. Promise. Internet willing. See you tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 New York time, 12:30 Miami time. All right. Look forward to seeing you then. Okay. Divian, no, I have not done you yet. You are in the queue, and thank you for being here. Okay. Here we go. Christina, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. Monday, you had the 7 of Cups reversed. And now the 3 of Cups. So I feel like you figured it out and you found what you needed. And I think you ended the week on a nice note. Here we see friendship, we see happiness, we see creativity. So I think you did a good job this week, Christina. Thanks for being here. Barbie Bird, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We're going to do you and Michelle. And of course, Michelle is Mixuair. And Michelle's a member as well. Okay, and Mixuair comes in right after Barbie. That's so fun. You both asked for each other. That is great. Okay, I love it when friends take care of each other. Here we go. Barbie Bird, you started with the Ace of Cups and now the 4 of Wands. Friends. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands. First comes love, then comes marriage. Barbie, I think you are being set up for happiness when it comes to love. I'm guessing if you had met someone fabulous this week, you would have already told us. But one way or the other, that's the way I'm reading the energy. Other things we can talk about, though. Joy in your community, building your community, finding your friends, all of that. And make sure mutual aid is pretty crucial in 2025. Damn straight it is. Damn straight. Okay, and Mixuair, thank you for being a member. You had Justice reversed, I remember. And now the Alchemist, who of course is also the Magician. And so interesting that it's 2 major arcana cards. One where you're like getting screwed left and right, and the other where you're like, okay, it's not fair, it's not right, but I have the power. I have the tools, I have the skills, I have the ability, I have the voice to create change anyway. And that's the thing. You know, it's not right, it's not fair, but do what you have to do. And I think that's what you're doing. Okay, and Divian, it is your turn. I know you've been champing at the bit here, and here you are. Divian Shamrisha, glad you're here. Here's one for you. The Emperor reversed. No, it's not reversed at all. I reversed it in my head, but it's not reversed at all. Divian, this week, I think you did a good job kind of showing up and doing what you needed to do. Taking care of business, being responsible, creating your own stability. Well done. Well done. Over on Instagram, Robin Renee, my good friend. Robin Renee, you got the Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like this week you have not been feeling your best, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. And I feel like what needs to happen here is for you to do something to get your energy back. Now, I don't know if you need to take a nap, call a friend, or go dancing. But whatever it is, do that thing to grab your energy back. All right. Medium that rocks. Good to see you. You're up next. Thanks for being a member. And everyone, Medium that rocks will be joining me on Tuesday. It's coming up really soon, where I'm going to be interviewing her. We're going to be learning about mediumship and doing some readings. So looking forward to that. The link is already up. Everyone, welcome. Hit that bell and join us and Medium that rocks. Here is a card for you. Justice reversed. So I feel like some things may have happened this week that you did not like. But I also feel that this is really like not necessarily a negative thing, because one of the biggest issues or problems over the course of your life is that you could not identify when you were being treated unfairly because it happened so often. And so now I think you're trying to figure out how to change that energy, expect and receive fair treatment from others. And that's what we're working on. Group Tarot, that will be right here on YouTube and multi-streamed, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Internet willing, of course. All right. Betty Flesher, you're up next. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. Judgment. Betty Flesher, I think this week you did a good job practicing mediumship. I think you did a good job putting the past in the past, and you did a better job than usual being kind to yourself, which is so necessary. So good job. LP, so good to see you. Hope you're doing great. Yours was a reversed something. Your memory's horrible. No problem. I don't remember it either. LP, I'm happy to see you. Woo! Ace of Cups. You had mentioned something of this nature, had you not, LP? Like, what a beautiful image for the Ace of Cups. Let's just focus on that for a minute. But how is your love life, LP? Has there been improvement in that department? One way or the other, there is love in your heart, and we are open to love in all its forms. So well done. All right. Sarah F., so good to see you. We're going to do you and Zach. Sarah, you get the Alchemist, the Magician. This week, you did a good job creating what you need to create and communicating in the ways that you need to communicate. Well done. And for Zach, the wheel reversed. There may have been some things that were not to your liking this week. And the great thing about this card is we know that we don't really have to do much. We just have to let it turn and things will get better. Hey, Rebecca, good to see you. Glad you're here. You are in the queue. DH, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. DH, you get the world. All of it. It's all yours, DH. Seriously, this week you may have put closure to some things and also opened up to some other things. You may have had some change in perspective, but one way or the other, like I see this in a very positive way, that you are doing what you need to do to create your world working for you. Penny, for your thoughts. So good to see you, Penny. Thanks for being a moderator. Glad you're here. Okay. Everything is in chaos, but you're feeling blessed. Okay, good. So, Penny, for your thoughts. The Emperor. The chaos is not going to last forever, Penny, because you are building structure and stability for yourself, and that is a beautiful thing. Jeannie Mnuchin, my good friend, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Monday was death reversed. I'm more overwhelmed than stuck, kind of overwhelmed into paralysis, so that fits. All right, starting with death reversed and ending with the moon reversed. Two major arcana cards, both reversed. To me, that means you know you're onto something big. You just don't know what it is yet. But with the moon reversed, there are two things here. One is, I think there are things that feel worrisome and scary. and things that feel like they need your attention, but we're not sure how to give them that attention. But then the other piece with the moon reversed is the idea of finding real truth. Finding real truth. And whether you know it or not, that is happening, Jeannie, and it's a beautiful thing. LP loves their card. Kate, Group Tarot. This is Tarot Illuminati. All right. Divine timing. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. Strength. You know, you could have had a worse week, but you made sure that didn't happen. You did a good job. You did a good job handling difficult things with a lot of compassion and a lot of tenderness. Very well done. Jenna Perkins, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. You had the Tower on Monday and came back for more. Well done. This is why we should not fear the Tower. Was there anything that happened that felt Tower-ish, right? Would love to know. All right, Jenna Perkins, you start with the Tower and you end with Temperance reversed. So that's funny. Because they're both major arcana cards and they're fairly close together. You know, they're like one apart in the major arcana. So you're dealing with some big things and some big energies, and it doesn't all feel good. Your patience may be tried, and you may be feeling like you don't have what you need. You don't necessarily have all the things that you wanted or need, but I think the lesson here is to figure out how to make what you have enough to help you create what you want. So I think you're on a whole journey of trying to create something here, and you will get there, but it is hard and it is frustrating. Do not lose hope. Oh, Jeannie, thank you. Yes, feels like something big under the surface. It does feel that way to me too. Lisa E., so good to see you. We appreciate you. Okay, Binks the Sick Cat is doing better, as we said on Monday. Right. Okay, so we're now going to wrap up you and Jenna. So glad that Binks is doing better. Terrific. Okay. So we're going to do Lisa E., wrapping you up with the King of Wands. I think you did a good job this week. I think you were a strong leader. I think you were in your creative energy, your spiritual energy, highly motivated, moving forward in a positive way. It's good to see. And for your daughter, Jenna, you have two Jennas right next to each other. 4 of Cups. Lisa E., for your daughter, Jenna, I feel like Jenna has not been in a good mood this week. And I think it does have a lot to do with the idea that there's something she wants that she can't figure out how to get. And so instead of looking at what else she could do, I feel like she's kind of sticking herself with just feeling kind of meh. It's not easy. Oh, Astro, you got the 7th off for our next in-person meeting. I'm so glad you will be there. Excellent. Okay, we've got Teresa up next. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Emperor reversed on Monday. And now the Prince of Pentacles, or like the Knight of Pentacles. I think this is all about your job in a lot of ways. I feel like you are moving yourself forward in a positive way. But there's a lot you're not liking about the system you're working for. And there it is. Oh, Jenna Perkins, so you're starting construction on your new home. Well, congratulations for that. That's exciting. Very good. And reading really resonated. I appreciate your time and energy. Well, I appreciate you too. And thank you so much for being a member. And Teresa says, absolutely. All right. Quinn Kilharius, Renata, so glad you're here. Death. Quinn, Renata, you're going through big changes, and we know you just turned 28. So that is a time for all of that. But this week, I think you may have sensed a change in yourself or noted some changes in your life. I would argue this is a good thing, and being open to change is good here. Jackie Masters, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. You started the week with the 3 of Pentacles reversed, I remember. And now the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Like, I think it's the same message. You need a vacation. And I don't know that you're able to take one, but maybe you could have a really nice weekend. I just think you need to relax and rest and not work for a minute. Seriously. But what does that mean, Jackie? It means you've been working hard and doing a good job. That's what it means. All right. Here we go. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. And Nalini, thank you so much for being a member. We appreciate you. Your Monday card was the 6 of Cups. And now the Emperor reversed. I feel like, how do I break out of this structure in order to create the structure I really want? That's the question you're asking yourself, and it's exactly the right question. I don't have the answer for you today, but this is the right question. Keep asking the question and you'll get your answer. Renata Quinn Kilharius, thank you so much. Yup, I was just thinking today about how I feel a shift in myself. Yeah, absolutely, yes, and the cards see it. All right. Oh, Nalini, you are 100% right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Here we go. Spirit Connections. We know you are Christine Hallowell, and thank you for being a member. Strength reversed. Your son and you had a cold, feeling much better. Good. And your permit was renewed. Very, very good. Okay. So you started with strength reversed. And now the 10 of Pentacles. So good way to come back, man. I think you had a great week considering. A lot of that is that you're feeling better, but you also got a lot done that needed to get done. So very well done. Helen, thank you so much for being a member. Helen 895. Here's a card for you. Prince of Cups. That's like the Knight of Cups. You did a good job this week pursuing the things that matters the most to you. So I think you're doing a very, very good job, Helen, doing what you need to do to create the life that you want. Barbie, I'm late but caught up. Thank you for my card. So to catch everyone up, if you didn't catch this, on Monday, Barbie had the Ace of Cups. On Friday, the 4 of Wands, like Ace of Cups, new love, 4 of Wands, marriage. No, she did not meet someone and get married this week, but, you know, so exciting. So exciting. All right. Astro Ascension, so good to see you. Can't wait to see you at our next meetup. And thank you so much for being a member. Here's a card for you. 7 of Cups. So this week, I think you were really open to the possibilities. Possibilities for yourself, possibilities for the planet. I think you're really being creative, intuitive, and imaginative as you open yourself up for where you might want to go and what you might want to do. Dream it possible. So good to see you over on Twitch. Thanks for being here. Would you like a card to wrap up your week? Barbie, but of course you'll be one of the first to know. Yeah, I know it. I know it. Yeah, I knew confidently I could say you had not met someone special because I'm pretty sure I would know. Yep. Oh, Astro Ascension, it resonates. Perfect, perfect. Dream it possible. Here we go. Dream it possible. 10 of Pentacles. This is such a positive card. Like, this card is so good for real estate, family, ancestors, loved ones in spirit reaching out to you, your own wealth and your own relationships. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Oh, Kate, Group Tarot. No, I don't think so. I think you are, no, you're coming up. I've got Lily, and then I've got you on YouTube. So you're coming up very quickly, and thanks for your patience. Okay. Lily, good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Seven of Wands. I feel like you had a lot you needed to manage this week, and I think you did a good job, but now you owe yourself like a spa day or something. Seriously, you did a lot. You got a lot done. Well done. Oh, dream it possible. Thanks so much. That's beautiful. Perfect. Medium that rocks. You sure did. You sure did mix yours. You sure did miss yours. And you also missed me giving a big promo for our session on Tuesday together. Looking forward to that. Oh, Donna, you like this deck. I'm so glad. Okay, Group Tarot. That's Kate Mura. Here is your wrap-up. All right. Kate, wrapping up your week with the Queen of Cups. Well, isn't that fabulous? I think this week you did a lot to nurture all the things that really matter to your heart. So very well done. And that's what you want to keep on doing, is nurturing your heart. And because, as you know, when you nurture your heart, you will naturally nurture those around you. So there we go. All right. Wendy Robeson, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. Okay, Monday was the Ace of Swords reversed. Ugh. Oh, Wendy, I don't even want to show this card to you. Oh, there it is. Wendy, Ace of Swords reversed and now 10 of Swords. What the actual is going on for you? We are going to send you all kinds of healing. Let's send you some more. Good gosh, Wendy. So whatever's going on here, I think it's one of two things. Either you're processing something that is actually happening now, or you're healing from something. Oh, it's one of three things. Either you're processing something that's happening now, you're healing from something that happened in the past. Well, actually, it's one of those two things. That's what I'm going to say. And one way or the other, it's hard, or it's difficult. So, Wendy, be kind to yourself and try not to make decisions until you get some wiggle room in your brain. Oh, healing from the past, doing childhood healing. Okay, well, then that makes perfect sense and is a sign that you're actually doing a good job. Sometimes the hard cards come up to show us that we're seeing what we need to be seeing. Oh, Kate Mura, Group Tarot. Thank you, and hilarious. That's one of the cards I pulled from my Samhain New Year's reading. That's beautiful. Okay. Amy Emberhart, my good friend, I hope you're doing awesome. Monday was temperance for you. I wish every day was temperance for all of us. Okay, Monday was temperance for you. And now the Seven of Cups. So, and I see this like in the best way possible, where I feel like you have found the secret sauce. And now that you have the secret sauce, you're trying to figure out all of the ways that you can use that secret sauce. It's a beautiful thing. Theranaya, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Ace of Wands, that's fabulous. Theranaya, I feel like this week you may have started a great new project, or at least brought a great energy to whatever you're doing. This could be the beginning of something really good. So the energy you're working on right now is going to move you forward. That's for real. All right. Antoinette, I have missed you. Where are you? Well, Antoinette, I'm not sure where you are, but wherever you are, the control room is telling me I didn't see you, and I'm so sorry. So, this is for Antoinette. Oh, I didn't miss you. It's coming up. Control room has skipped you ahead for whatever reason. Antoinette, we're doing you right now. Here we go. I called you out, so I'm going to do you. Hierophant reversed. Well, we got you outside of order, and that's okay, because this week you were thinking outside the box. And that's what you need to do. Owning your own perspective, being your own authority, and being clear about who you are, not who other people want you to be. Well done. Lumen, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Lumen, you got my favorite card. It's Temperance for you. And I love this because you're a creative person, and this is such a creative card. I feel like this week you did a good job keeping it all going, blended, balanced, making it happen, solving problems, and doing the magic. Very well done. Oh, Antoinette, good. I am glad you're here. You're very welcome. Amy Amberhart says, absolutely on point. And I'd love to chat about it before my next tarot trip. Understood. And I don't know if you saw it, but Kate Mura, who is Group Tarot, is saying hi to you. Lumen, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Martha Vink, my good friend. Glad you're here. Thanks for being a member. Okay, Monday's card was the Ace of Wands reversed. And Martha, you remembered. So sometimes you don't remember. I'm never offended when you don't. You've got a lot to think about. But I love that you did. Okay, so Martha started with the Ace of Wands. And now with the Ace of Wands reversed, and now the Seven of Wands. Okay, Martha, I put those two cards together, and here's what I have to say about it. Oh, I really don't want to do this. I do not feel like doing this. I am not motivated for this. Okay, here's my motivation. I am going and I'm doing it. And some of that is, that is the power of the Holy Spirit working within you, Martha. You know that. And some of it, I think, is your own determination and your own ability to stand up and do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. But one way or the other, you're doing what needs to be done. And that's the important part of our story here. All right. All right, here we are. Okay, scrolling through. All right, here we are. This is Shreya Tapathi. I may be pronouncing your name incorrectly, and I'm so sorry if I am. Here's a card for you. Nine of Pentacles. I think this week you did a great job building your confidence and being strong in yourself, which is what you need to do. This is internal personal strength, financial strength, being confident. It's a good thing. Rebecca, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. It was great to see you at Global Tarot Circle as well. You made a couple of comments and I saw them and didn't comment back because I was inundated. But I went to bed that night thinking, I hope Rebecca knows that I was happy to see her and that we appreciated her being there. So I'm glad to tell you that now. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. Here is your wrap-up card, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. So Rebecca, I feel like this week, it was everything, like good, bad, worrisome, fine, happy, inspiring, sad, like all the things. I think you experienced all the things this week. And I think you're doing a good job leaning into the things that are best and most positive for you. All right. Oh, Martha, you're screenshotting when you remember to. That's awesome. That's smart. Rebecca, thank you. And Shreya, on point. See you Tuesday. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, Rebecca, all the things and waiting on the unknown. And we are sending you so much love. You know, I think by the time a person gets to a certain age, it's possible they've been through some of this waiting, and it's hard. It's really hard. I've been there. I've been there with good outcomes so far, but it's hard. So I know. I totally know. Joyous Ocean. So you went off to work, look for the Monday cards, and you found them. All right, Joyous Ocean. So Jada had the star reversed and you had the Seven of Wands. All righty. Here we go, Joyous Ocean. I'm going to start with you, Dion. That's Joyous Ocean. Dion, C. Monsanto. You had the Seven of Wands and now the Ace of Swords. So here's the thing. You did the hard things. You showed up for the hard things. And there are times, man, you're like, I am so effing tired of showing up for the hard things. But you did, and there are rewards for that, and you can see those rewards. So well done. And for Jada, Jada had the star reversed. And now the Ace of Swords reversed. So Jada, you are learning a lesson. And the lesson is, where should you put your brain? Because it's really easy to put your brain either in your own life or in a more global way, to put your brain in a place where it's impossible to be hopeful. Or like, okay, I can say human beings are horrible. And throughout history, they have done horrible things. And I'd be right. But I could also say human beings are capable of magnificent miracles. And it has been so since the beginning of time. And that would also be true. Which story do you want to tell and which story do you want to be a part of? There it is. All right. Going through. Beautiful Gemini over on Instagram. So glad to see you. Here is your card. Five of Cups reversed. This week you did a great job staying positive when you could have done otherwise, but that positivity really serves you. So very well done. And Febborn just coming in. Febborn, before I get to you, let me tell Spirit Connections, Christine Hallowell, that yes, I did your reading. Scroll on back. It was a good one. Oh, beautiful Gemini. That really resonates. All righty. I'm sort of sorry to hear that, but you did a good job, so that's good. Febborn, so glad to see you. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. This week, Febborn, there may have been a battle. I don't know if that's between you and someone else. I don't know what that is, but it is important for you to put your energy where your energy is going to do the best good. And I think you've been working on doing that better than you ever have in your life. And that's what you want to keep on doing. All right. My friends, who have I missed? I am believing that we're coming to last call for readings. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Of course, a special shout out, the members, the moderators, the subscribers. Welcome the new people. It is so great to have all of you here. I enjoy our time together so much. I really appreciate all of you. I do want to remind you I will be back tomorrow. I know it's been a long time, but I will be back tomorrow for your Saturday Psychic Sampler, 12:30 Eastern Time. So get the juiciest of questions together to throw at me tomorrow. I also want to let you know I have openings this weekend. That is a rare thing indeed. You should hop on that. There is a link in the description to book with me, And Wendy has put a link in as well. Jackie, yes, I did do you. Thanks for double checking, but I did do you. And the fact that you're at work and multitasking goes right along with the card you got. Oh, Group Tarot, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Spirit Connections, Christine Hallowell. Saw it and loved it, spot on. Yeah, it seemed that way. Just with what you had to say earlier, it seemed that way. All right. So book those readings. We'll be back on Saturday and likely Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So you'll be seeing a lot of me. Over on Facebook. Oh my goodness gracious. Margaret Delaney, here you are. Yeah, we can do this. Margaret Delaney, wrapping up your week over on Facebook with the Ace of Wands. Margaret, I feel like this week you may have had some inspiration. You may have started a new project. You may have had something happen that made you feel strongly about something. But the question is, with this energy, what are you going to do going forward? How will you take this energy forward? Are you going to create something? Are you going to build something? Are you going to act on something? You're off to a start. Where are you going to take it? That's the question. All right, my friends, we are back to last call. And if you haven't gotten your tarot scopes, make sure you do. And book your appointment. Have a good weekend. Join me back here tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Time. I appreciate all of you so very much. Have a fabulous Friday. Take really good care.